In his modern Palo Alto home, Marcus sits alone, the stylish space amplifying his isolation. Nursing a drink, he stares into the distance, his expression reflecting deep disillusionment. The emptiness of the house mirrors the void within Marcus's weary gaze. Silence fills the room, broken only by the clink of ice in his glass, a stark reminder of his solitude. Flashback. March 2022. A charity gala sparkles in San Francisco. Marcus, visibly out of place in a suit, awkwardly lingers by the bar. He adjusts his tie, a silent plea for escape etched on his face. The clinking of glasses and polite chatter create a gilded cage around him. His eyes scan the room, searching for a friendly face in the crowd. In a red dress, Vanessa navigates the crowded charity gala, her presence commanding attention. Her eyes scan the room, a subtle determination in her elegant stride. Spotting Marcus, she approaches him with a playful glint in her eyes. A confident smile graces her lips as she nears him, ready to engage. "Is this seat taken?" she asks, her voice a melodious thread in the bustling ambiance. At the charity gala, Marcus and Vanessa share laughter, their conversation animated amidst the opulent setting. Vanessa's smile captivates as she engages Marcus, her charm radiating under the soft gala lights. A subtle glint of calculation flickers within Vanessa's eyes, veiled beneath her charming facade. Marcus seems unaware, thoroughly enjoying Vanessa's company in the luxurious ambiance. The gala buzzes around them, oblivious to the hidden game playing out in Vanessa's gaze. Her smile widens, a silent promise of secrets and strategies under the gala's shimmering lights. Weeks later, under the vast sky, Marcus and Vanessa stroll along the ocean beach, hand in hand. Sunlight glistens on the waves as they walk, a picture of serenity and newfound connection. Their laughter echoes softly against the rhythmic crash of the waves, a symphony of joy. Genuine happiness radiates from their faces, a stark contrast to past shadows. With each step, they leave footprints in the sand, symbols of a shared journey beginning anew. Inside the bustling taco shop, warm neon light bathes Marcus and Vanessa as they sit at a brightly colored table. The air is thick with the lively buzz of chatter and the rich aroma of spices, creating a vibrant atmosphere. They share a plate of tacos, the simple meal a backdrop to their easy smiles. Laughter dances between them, light and unrestrained, as they enjoy each other's company. The crowded space fades into the background, their connection the only thing in sharp focus. In dim light, Marcus and Vanessa are cuddled on the couch, lost in the movie's embrace. Television light flickers across the room, casting long dancing shadows that amplify their closeness. A comfortable silence settles between them, punctuated only by the sounds of the film. The intimacy of the moment deepens, a shared haven from the outside world. Under the bright June sun, Marcus and Vanessa casually stroll through Union Square, lost in the city's vibrant pulse. Vanessa stops, her gaze captured by a handbag displayed in the window of a Gucci store. The handbag, an emblem of luxury, seems to shimmer under the pristine window lights. Her eyes reflect a soft longing, a silent admiration for the exquisite craftsmanship. A subtle smile plays on her lips as she whispers, "That's beautiful." The city noises fade as she imagines the bag as a part of her life. Inside Marcus's warmly lit home, he presents a luxurious Gucci bag, a grand gesture under soft lights. Vanessa's eyes widen, tears brimming as she beholds the extravagant gift. A mix of shock and disbelief. "No one's ever done anything like this for me," Vanessa whispers, her voice thick with emotion. Overwhelmed, Vanessa rushes forward, her arms wrapping tightly around Marcus in a heartfelt embrace. A tender moment unfolds as Vanessa expresses her gratitude, a profound connection forming in the intimate space. Months later, a magazine displays a Neiman Marcus coat, its luxury stark against the room's simplicity. Vanessa stares at the coat, her eyes reflecting a mix of longing and distant dreams. A sigh escapes her lips, breaking the silence with unspoken aspirations. "Maybe one day, when I'm successful, I'll be able to afford things like that," she murmurs. Under the warm lamplight, Vanessa stares intently at her laptop, a frustrated frown creasing her brow. The cursor spins endlessly, a digital taunt mirroring her growing impatience. Marcus watches her, his face etched with concern as he observes her mounting frustration. "This stupid laptop keeps freezing up on me," Vanessa exclaims, her voice tight with annoyance. She vents her frustration. "I can't get anything done on these designs." Sunlight paints Marcus's living room as Vanessa idly scrolls through her phone, a picture of casual discontent. Marcus, absorbed in his laptop, barely acknowledges Vanessa's sigh, lost in the glow of the screen. "Ugh, my friends are planning a trip to Napa. It looks amazing. but it's way too expensive. The dust motes dance in sunbeams, a silent ballet contrasting with Vanessa's expressed longing. Marcus pauses, a thoughtful expression slowly forming as he looks up from his work. A silent question hangs in the air, a subtle shift in the room's dynamic hinting at possibilities. Under the Napa Valley sun, Vanessa and her friends share laughter and wine, the vineyard bathed in golden light. The air buzzes with jovial energy as they revel in the idyllic setting, glasses clinking. A subtle shadow falls over the group's merriment, Marcus's absence lingering in the sunny air. Despite the joyous facade, his missing presence casts a slight pall, unspoken questions hanging in the air. Inside Marcus's softly lit home, the calendar shows March 2023, a scene of warmth and festivity. Balloons and streamers adorn the room, setting a celebratory mood as vanilla candles fill the air. Marcus and Vanessa exchange beautifully wrapped gifts, their smiles reflecting deep affection. Their favorite song plays softly, underscoring the intimate and joyful moments they share. Boxes crowd Marcus's house as Vanessa moves in, filling rooms with the promise of shared life and new beginnings. Scattered belongings create a sense of domesticity, hinting at a future built within these walls. Each box is a silent testament to Vanessa's commitment, transforming Marcus's house into a home. The gentle chaos of unpacking signals a deep, emotional shift as they begin to build their life together. Sunlight paints dust motes in the air as Vanessa and Marcus sit at the kitchen table, a silent tension between them. Vanessa takes a deep breath, her eyes locking with Marcus's. "I quit my job at Nordstrom." Marcus leans forward, a mixture of surprise and concern etched on his face. "Really? What made you do that?" Vanessa's eyes shine with determination. "I need to focus on my fashion career. It's now or never." A supportive smile spreads across Marcus's face, his eyes full of encouragement. "I support you 100%. Marcus reaches across the table, his hand covering hers. "You've got this," he says, his voice filled with confidence. The newly renovated design studio gleams, showcasing Marcus's refined taste and success. Expensive equipment stands ready, promising innovation and high-end design. Soft lighting bathes the room, enhancing the luxurious fabrics and textures. Mannequins draped in exquisite materials hint at future creations. The studio exudes an atmosphere of creativity, wealth, and ambition. Every detail reflects Marcus's commitment to excellence and artistic vision. Marcus, briefcase in hand, strides towards the door, ready to face the day. Vanessa offers a sweet, innocent wave, a picture of domestic bliss. The door clicks shut, and the facade crumbles. Her eyes gleam with mischief. Remote in hand, she transforms, a playful grin spreading across her face. The TV flickers to life, a portal to endless digital distractions. Sprawled on the couch, Vanessa dives headfirst into the world of Instagram. Marcus enters his house, the door clicking shut behind him, a sense of weariness etched on his face. Vanessa sits on the couch, remote in hand, her attention captured by the glowing screen. Reality TV blares from the television, a stark contrast to the silence Marcus carries with him. "Creative work isn't 9 to 5, babe. Inspiration comes when it comes," Marcus says, a hint of apology in his voice. In the dim light, Marcus sits alone, the desk lamp casting long shadows across his weary face. He opens the ominous credit card bill, its contents about to shatter his fragile peace. His eyes dart across the page, each line deepening the furrows of worry on his brow. A sudden widening of his eyes betrays the shock of the exorbitant charges revealed. Disbelief washes over him as the weight of the financial burden crashes down. Vanessa strides into Marcus's house, her manicured hands swinging bags from Sephora. Her face lights up with a wide, bright beam, eager to unveil her shopping treasures. Each step carries the excitement of a beauty haul about to be revealed. The bags rustle softly, promising luxury and transformation within their glossy depths. Sunlight catches the Sephora logo, highlighting the allure of high-end cosmetics. Anticipation builds as she prepares to share her purchases with a flourish. In a plush lounge chair, Vanessa reclines, a cucumber mask on her face, basking in the warmth of the sun. She captures the stunning ocean view in her manicured hands with her phone. Her fingers dance across the screen as she posts images to social media. A serene smile graces Vanessa's lips as she enjoys the luxurious spa day. The bustling airport teems with travelers, a symphony of hurried footsteps and distant announcements filling the air. Vanessa and her friends weave through the crowd, their laughter and excitement cutting through the ambient noise. Suitcases and carry-ons in tow, they approach the gate, anticipation building with each step. Boarding passes in hand, Vanessa glances back, a mix of thrill and slight apprehension in her eyes. As they step onto the plane, the promise of New York and a fabric sourcing trip hangs in the air. Settling into their seats, they exchange knowing glances, ready for whatever adventures lie ahead. In Marcus's home, tension hangs heavy as credit card bills divide Marcus and Vanessa. The air is thick with unspoken words, each bill a silent accusation. Vanessa's eyes begin to glisten, tears threatening to spill as she braces herself. A fragile vulnerability washes over her as she anticipates the coming confrontation. "I knew you'd resent me for not making money," Vanessa says, her voice barely a whisper. December 2023. Marcus enters the sterile hospital room, the scent of antiseptic heavy in the air. His mother lies in the stark hospital bed, her face pale against the white sheets. The room is silent, save for the rhythmic beeping of medical equipment, a constant, unnerving pulse. Vanessa stands in the corner, her posture tense as she nervously clutches her purse. Marcus's gaze softens as he approaches his mother, a deep concern etched on his face. The weight of unspoken words hangs heavy between them, a palpable tension filling the room. Dim light paints the sterile hospital room in long shadows, the air heavy with unspoken fears and stifled emotions. Marcus sits vigil, his face a canvas of worry, etched deep by the relentless hours and his mother's suffering. His mother winces, a fleeting grimace betraying the deep pain she endures in the sterile embrace of the bed. Her eyes, pools of fear and exhaustion, search for solace in the dimly lit space, betraying her inner turmoil. The sterile environment amplifies the weight of their shared silence, each breath a testament to their bond. Unspoken words hang thick in the air, a palpable barrier between hope and despair in the quiet night. In January 2024, Marcus stands tense outside the bathroom door, his ear pressed against the cold wood. He strains to catch Vanessa's hushed words, a knot of anxiety tightening in his chest. Inside, Vanessa speaks in worried tones, her words barely audible. "He's putting like $200,000 into his mom's treatment," she says, her voice laced with frustration. Marcus's eyes widen slightly at her words, a mix of shock and hurt flickering across his face. Vanessa's words hang heavy in the air. "That's money that could have been." In the hallway, Marcus freezes, his face draining of color as a wave of shock washes over him. His hands clench into tight fists, knuckles bone white against his skin, a silent scream building within. Beneath the surface of his shock, anger simmers, a dangerous heat rising in his eyes. He stands rigid, a statue carved from fear and fury, the hallway holding its breath in anticipation. In his warmly lit home, Marcus smiles, completing a generous transfer on his laptop. The laptop screen confirms a $50,000 donation to a children's hospital. Vanessa watches Marcus, her expression a complex blend of disbelief and irritation. The soft glow of the screen illuminates Marcus's joyful dedication. The atmosphere in the room shifts, thick with unspoken tension. Sunlight floods Marcus's house as he holds out keys, the metal gleaming in the light. Marcus offers the new car keys to Vanessa, a gesture pregnant with unspoken expectations. Vanessa eyes the keys, a mix of gratitude and suspicion clouding her expression. Vanessa's voice drips with veiled resentment. "Some people really know how to take advantage." The sunlight catches the keys, now symbols of a transaction more complex than a gift. February 2024. In the dim light of the bedroom, Marcus hovers near Vanessa's phone, a storm brewing within him. The sound of the shower provides a deceptive cover as he steels himself, his gaze fixed on the device. His hand reaches out, hesitates, then grasps the phone, the weight of his decision heavy in the air. A close-up on his trembling hands reveals the inner turmoil of betrayal and doubt consuming him. He unlocks the phone, his heart pounding as he delves into Vanessa's private world, seeking answers, fearing truth. Bathed in blue light, Marcus sits on his bed, his thumb nervously scrolling through the group chat on his phone. His face contorts in silent horror as he reads, the screen's glow reflecting in his widening eyes. Each word on the screen hits him like a physical blow, his breath catching in his throat. The room is silent save for his ragged breathing, the blue light painting him in dread. Steam envelops the bathroom as Vanessa finishes her shower, the mirror fogged with secrets. Wrapped in a towel, she steps out, water droplets clinging to her skin like tiny jewels. A subtle shift in the air, a prickling unease, hints at something amiss as she transitions. The humid air clings to her as she cautiously steps toward the bedroom. The doorway looms, an unseen tension pulling her forward into the unknown. Inside Marcus's bedroom, the tension is a tangible thing as he confronts Vanessa, phone clutched tightly in his hand. The air is thick with unspoken accusations, a silent battleground forming between them. Vanessa's eyes flash with anger and hurt, her voice sharp as she exclaims, "How dare you? How dare you go through my conversations?" she cries, her voice ringing in the confined space. In the dimly lit bedroom, shadows flicker as Marcus sits on the bed's edge, his head buried in his hands. The room is cloaked in a somber atmosphere, the silence broken only by Marcus's stifled sobs. He looks up, his eyes filled with a mix of anguish and disbelief. His voice cracks with emotion. 3 years, Marcus says, his voice barely audible. Was any of it real? He whispers into the shadows. The question hangs heavy in the air, unanswered, echoing the profound despair in his heart. In the bedroom, Vanessa's face hardens, her eyes narrowing. Her eyes burn with accusation as she glares across the room. Vanessa's voice cuts through the air, filled with scorn. "You think you're such a victim?" She spits out, her words laced with bitterness. "You threw money at me to feel important," Vanessa accuses, her voice trembling. Boxes overflow amid scattered clothes in Marcus's room, a scene of chaotic disarray reflecting inner turmoil. Marcus stands framed in the doorway, his face flushed with fury, pointing a trembling finger into the room. His voice cracks with raw emotion, the air thick with unspoken accusations and shattered trust. "Get out," Marcus says, his voice shaking, barely containing the storm raging within. "Pack your things and get out of my house," he finishes, each word a hammer blow. In Marcus's bedroom, Vanessa sits on the bed's edge, a soft smile playing on her lips. Her eyes sparkle with a mix of defiance and affection. "This is legally my residence too, Marcus," Vanessa declares with a hint of playful challenge. "I've lived here almost a year," she adds, her voice echoing slightly in the room. Inside Marcus's bedroom, a palpable tension fills the air as he stands, phone pressed to his ear, his face hardening. His grip tightens on the phone, knuckles white against the sleek black surface. Cold resolve settles over Marcus as he prepares to deliver an ultimatum. "Fine," Marcus says, his voice edged with steel, signaling the end of negotiations. "My lawyer will start the eviction process tomorrow," he declares, severing the call with a sharp finality. Vanessa sits hunched over a laptop. The screens glow, revealing a frantic energy in the dimly lit house. Her fingers fly across the keyboard, adding expensive items to online shopping carts with reckless abandon. A growing mountain of shopping bags looms beside her, a testament to her uncontrolled spending spree. She enters credit card information, each click a step further into the deepening abyss of debt. One by one, she maxes out her credit cards, the consequences of her actions yet to dawn on her. Dim light casts long shadows in Marcus's living room, where Vanessa stands with a mask of innocence. A soft glow illuminates the scene, highlighting the deceptive calm before the storm. The TV screen is shattered, a spiderweb of cracks reflecting the fractured truth. Vanessa's feigned innocence is a stark contrast to the broken screen, hinting at hidden turmoil. In the dim light of Marcus's office, papers litter the desk around a sleek, expensive laptop, hinting at a chaotic mind. Vanessa stands nearby, a glass of water trembling slightly in her hand, a subtle unease in her posture. Disaster strikes as the glass slips, the water arcing through the air. A moment suspended in impending doom. The water splashes directly onto the laptop, a sudden, shocking disruption of the calm, highlighting vulnerability. A gasp escapes Vanessa's lips, her eyes widening in horror as she witnesses the unfolding catastrophe. The fate of the laptop, and perhaps more, hangs precariously in the balance as the water seeps into the machine. Inside Marcus's kitchen, tension hangs heavy in the air. With deliberate carelessness, Vanessa accidentally knocks the coffee maker to the floor. The machine shatters, spraying coffee grounds and glass across the pristine tile. The silence is broken only by the drip of spilled coffee. In the dimly lit hallway of Marcus's house, shadows dance, concealing secrets within the quiet stillness. A sudden clatter breaks the silence as Vanessa accidentally knocks over a box, its contents scattering across the floor. Papers cascade down, revealing themselves as Marcus's mom's hospital records, stark and unsettling. The scattered records hint at hidden struggles, casting a long, ominous shadow over the scene. Vanessa's house vibrates with loud music as friends dance, lost in joyous abandon under flashing lights. Amidst the revelry, laughter echoes, creating a vibrant, energetic atmosphere, a symphony of youthful exuberance. Marcus appears in the doorway, a stark contrast to the party's energy, rubbing his temples with weary eyes. His annoyed gaze sweeps over the scene, a silent plea for quiet in the pulsating chaos. Crickets chirp on a quiet night as flashing police lights cut through the darkness outside Marcus's house. A police car sits silently at the curb, a stark beacon in the tranquil night. Two police officers approach the front door, their silhouettes stark against the dim light. One officer raises a hand, the sound of a loud knock shattering the night's calm. The harsh overhead lights expose every detail as Marcus stands in his living room, a stark stage for an unfolding drama. Two police officers stand, their presence a silent accusation, their neutral expressions betraying nothing. Marcus shifts, his discomfort growing palpable as he avoids their gaze. The silence stretching, heavy with unspoken words. He struggles to find words, the weight of the situation pressing down. I don't know what to say. His voice cracks, revealing a vulnerability he cannot mask. It's just humiliating, he admits, the word hanging in the air. Sunlight floods the lawyer's office, dust motes swirling in golden rays, a silent witness to the drama unfolding. Marcus sits opposite his lawyer, a formidable wall of legal documents rising between them. With grim resolve, Marcus pushes the papers forward, sealing his fate with a decisive gesture. The weight of the impending decision hangs heavy in the air, unspoken, yet palpable, between them. In the dim glow of his laptop, Marcus hunches forward, a digital phantom consumed by relentless online research. Lines of code and search results cascade across the screen, painting his face with fleeting shadows. His fingers dance across the keyboard, each keystroke a desperate attempt to unlock Vanessa's hidden past. The relentless hunt consumes him, each click echoing the burning question in his mind. Sunlight bathes the bustling coffee shop as Marcus and Robert sit, weariness etched on their faces. Marcus reflects. It started with the compliments, didn't it? Robert sighs. Like she understood me better than anyone ever had, Marcus recalls. Then the requests started. They kept escalating. Robert confesses. I lost so much, almost my sanity. In a room filled with scattered boxes, Vanessa packs her life away. Each item placed is a silent farewell to what was. Marcus watches from the doorway, a statue carved from regret. His posture speaks volumes of unspoken words and missed chances. The room is a canvas of their fractured history. A chapter closes as Vanessa seals the final box, her gaze firm. Inside his home, Marcus's hands move with cold efficiency, swiftly replacing the locks on the doors. He grabs the telephone, his face a mask of resolve, every movement precise and final. His voice, stripped of warmth, cuts through the silence as he cancels the credit cards. A sense of irrevocable closure hangs heavy in the air, each action sealing off the past. The house seems to hold its breath, anticipating the stark new chapter about to begin. In the sterile hospital room, Marcus sits vigil, his face etched with worry and exhaustion. The room is filled with a heavy, unspoken grief, the air thick with impending sorrow. His mother lies still in the hospital bed, her breathing shallow and faint. A peaceful expression settles on her face as she quietly passes away. Marcus reaches out, his hand trembling as he gently touches his mother's arm. Tears stream silently down Marcus's face, a poignant farewell in the quiet room. The room is dimly lit, shadows dancing as Marcus sits on his sofa, the only light source a nearby lamp. Marcus stares intently at his phone, his face illuminated by its cold digital glow. A text message notification flashes across the screen. The text is from Vanessa. Ignoring the message, Marcus's expression hardens. A silent decision made in the dim light. Sunlight streams into the calm therapist's office, casting shadows that dance around Marcus's weary figure. Marcus leans forward, his hands animated as he grapples with a mix of weariness and simmering anger. It's just the betrayal, Marcus says, his voice heavy with the weight of broken trust. I thought I knew him. We were like brothers, he continues, his eyes reflecting a deep sense of loss. The therapist listens intently, her notepad a silent observer to Marcus's emotional turmoil. Now, I can't trust anyone, Marcus admits, a chilling realization hanging in the air. It's like a switch flipped. Sunlight floods the therapist's office, illuminating the quiet dance of dust motes in the air. Marcus sits in a plush chair, his posture reflecting a mix of vulnerability and guardedness. The therapist leans forward, her gentle smile a beacon of encouragement in the sunlit room. It's wonderful to be open, Marcus, the therapist says, her voice calm and reassuring. But remember, she continues, her eyes holding a depth of understanding and compassion. Setting boundaries is just as important. She finishes. It's about protecting your own well-being. The restaurant hums, shadows stretching under soft lights. Marcus, overdressed, sits tense, eyes scanning. His gaze darts from face to face, exit to exit, a man expecting a storm to break at any moment. Each clink of silverware seems to amplify the silence as he waits, a predator on edge. A bead of sweat betrays his composure, a shimmering testament to his inner turmoil. He adjusts his tie, a futile attempt to mask the anxiety that claws at him. Every shadow seems to lengthen. Every whisper seems to carry a hidden threat. The woman smiles warmly, her gaze drawn to Marcus's wrist. Marcus subtly glances around, a flicker of suspicion in his eyes. He checks his phone, thumbing through his recent browser history. "That's a beautiful watch, Marcus," she says, her eyes twinkling. Under harsh light, Marcus sits hunched at his kitchen table, brow furrowed in concentration, surrounded by scattered papers. He taps furiously at the calculator, each tap echoing his growing frustration. The columns of numbers seem to mock him, their totals climbing higher and higher. A grimace tightens his features as the final sum reveals a harsh reality. Each figure seems to scream Vanessa's name, a painful reminder of her cost to him. Marcus sits alone, his eyes vacant, lost in the labyrinth of his thoughts. He is haunted by the chilling thought of Vanessa still lurking somewhere. The image of Vanessa, a predator, relentlessly searching for her next victim. His mind conjures the chilling possibility of Vanessa's continued hunt. Bathed in the computer's glow, Marcus furiously types, a digital whisper about to be unleashed into the world. His fingers hover, a moment of hesitation before the digital plunge, the post button a point of no return. Nervous glances dart around the room, as if unseen eyes watch his every move, judging his digital defiance. Marcus considers warning people about Vanessa online, but his lawyer advises against it. He stops, a storm of thoughts swirling within him. Marcus sits alone, lost in the labyrinth of his memories, a melancholic expression painting his face. He replays scenes from the dawn of his love with Vanessa, each moment now a bittersweet echo. The ghost of a smile flickers across his lips, a fleeting reminder of happier times. But the light fades, replaced by a visible pang of sadness, a shadow passing over his features. His eyes reflect a deep well of unspoken emotions, a silent testament to love and loss. The weight of memory settles upon him, a heavy cloak woven from the threads of yesterday. In the dim light, long shadows dance around Marcus, alone with a half-empty glass, his face a canvas of weariness. His eyes are distant, lost in a labyrinth of thought, each shadow a silent testament to burdens unseen. The silence amplifies the weight of his emotional scars, heavier than any financial burden he might carry. He stares into the middle distance, a solitary figure haunted by memories and unspoken sorrows. In the dark, a smartphone screen flickers to life, casting a soft glow. Vanessa's dating profile appears, a digital window into her world. Her main photo showcases her in a stunning red dress, a gala memory. The vibrant image hints at a night of elegance and allure. The gala glitters beneath a starlit sky, a scene of opulence masking hidden intentions. Vanessa, radiant in her gown, enters the crowded charity gala, a predator amidst the flock. Her eyes sweep across the room, each glance sharp and assessing, a hunter on the prowl. A calculating glint sparks within her gaze, revealing the ambition simmering beneath the surface. She navigates through the throng, her elegance a disguise for the schemes she conceives. The gala's facade of generosity fades as Vanessa focuses, her target soon within reach. Sunlight floods a bustling coffee shop as Marcus, early 30 seconds, nervously awaits, fiddling with a sugar packet. His eyes dart to the entrance, a flicker of anticipation and anxiety warring within him. He checks his phone again, the seconds stretching into an eternity. A beat of silence, heavy with unspoken expectations, hangs in the air. Anna approaches, her warm smile cutting through Marcus's tension, a beacon in the sunlit room. Amidst the cafe's buzz, Marcus sits, his gaze fixed on the woman across from him, a storm of emotions brewing within. He leans in, vulnerability etched on his face, each movement measured, each word carefully chosen. "It's not easy for me to talk about this," he confesses softly, his voice barely a whisper in the crowded space. His eyes search hers, seeking understanding as he navigates the treacherous path of unspoken truths. Sunlight floods the therapist's office, illuminating dust motes. Marcus sits relaxed on the plush couch, gesturing as he speaks. The therapist listens attentively, her kind face reflecting warmth. Marcus's face lights up with optimism. "I think I'm finally making some real progress," Marcus says. A hopeful atmosphere fills the room as progress is discussed. Sunlight streams into the therapist's office, highlighting Marcus's hunched posture on the leather couch. Marcus avoids eye contact, his gaze intensely fixed on the floor, lost in thought. The therapist leans forward, her expression gentle, hoping to bridge the gap. Marcus, it's important to look ahead, the therapist says softly. Vanessa doesn't define your future. Inside Marcus's dimly lit house, scattered photographs surround him, each a fragment of cherished memories. Soft lamplight bathes the images, casting long shadows that dance around Marcus as he sits in quiet contemplation. He gently picks up a faded photo, a young, beaming Marcus with his mother, her arm a protective embrace. A sad smile graces his lips as he traces her face, a silent echo of love and loss in the quiet room. In his home, Marcus starts rebuilding his life, each action measured and full of purpose. He channels his energy into his career, his focus sharpening with each new project. Marcus makes a conscious effort to nurture bonds with friends. Offering support, he dedicates quality time to his family, strengthening ties and creating lasting memories. Sunlight filters through the trees as Marcus walks through the park, lost in thought. A gentle breeze causes the leaves to dance around him, whispering secrets in the air. His eyes, though distant, hold a quiet sense of peace amidst the rustling leaves. Hope flickers in his gaze, a subtle promise against the backdrop of the serene park. He breathes deeply, the tranquility of nature seeming to soothe his soul. Sunlight dapples through the trees as Marcus observes a couple sharing laughter in the park. The couple's hands intertwine, a silent promise amidst the greenery. Their joyful expressions are mirrored in the gentle breeze rustling through the leaves. A soft, almost wistful smile begins to play on Marcus's lips. Hope flickers in his eyes as he watches the carefree lovers. A quiet declaration escapes his lips. I can trust again. Night envelops Marcus's room as he sits hunched, the computer's glow painting his face in stark light. His fingers dance across the keyboard, a flurry of motion fueled by intense concentration. The screen's reflection flickers in his eyes, mirroring the digital world he commands. A furrow etches itself onto his brow, a silent testament to the challenges he faces. The air crackles with the energy of creation, a digital symphony conducted by his will. In the quiet of the night, Marcus is a solitary figure, battling demons in code. Inside Marcus's house, dawn breaks, casting long shadows across the room, a new day beginning with cautious hope. Marcus stands silhouetted against the window, his gaze lost in the awakening sun, a silent observer. The first rays of sunlight touch his face, revealing lines of sorrow etched by the past, a poignant reminder. A subtle shift in his posture, a straightening of his shoulders, hints at a burgeoning resolve. The light intensifies, bathing the room in a warm glow as Marcus steels himself. A quiet promise. He is ready, a man reborn, stepping towards the future, seeking a happiness that had long eluded him.